Morning, everybody. Happy Saturday from the Fat Rooster Farm. It's a wicked chilly day in New England here. I think it's around 35 right now. My wood stove is cranking in the other room, and it's time to start my Saturday schedule, if you will. The first thing I have to do is get my ladies up, and by ladies I mean my chickens. Now, if you've ever bought eggs for me or been gifted eggs from me, you will know, hands down, I have some of the absolute most delicious eggs you could ever taste. And I never even knew there was a difference in egg taste. I thought an egg was an egg. I was wrong. It's all in the diet you feed to the girls. And I feed my girls an amazing diet. Everybody wants to know, what do I feed my chickens? So I'm gonna show you what the chickens eat. First thing that we do is we start out with a nice crumble. It's a pellet crumble. This is Purina Leina, which I absolutely love, and I get the crumble. This is for their breakfast. They also have out in their run full-size pellets, so they have access to that. But for breakfast, this is what we start with every morning. There's about 1.5 cups, 2 cups tops for 6 birds of crumble in here. To this, I'm gonna add oatmeal. Old-fashioned oats. I cook them up straight for my birds. I add a little cinnamon, mostly for myself because it smells amazing in the house. But you're just going to dump this out into the bowl. It's piping hot right now. So what I like to do is I like to spread it out thin so that it has a chance to cool, so you can see the steam, before it's time to feed it to my girls. The next thing that we do is they get a vegetable every day and it mixes up. Today I'm gonna do mixed vegetables and I'm just gonna heat them up in the microwave. They're frozen. It's perfect for the birds. Warm them up a bit and then we're good to go. Now to this, I am also going to add, I have some diced up Brussels sprouts and some diced up cucumbers. And I like to do very small pieces. I do not want my girls to have a piece stuck in their crop. Crop rot is real, sauerkraut is real. You don't want any of that to happen. So I try to make the pieces as small as I possibly can so that the birds can actually eat them and process them. Because as you know, chickens don't have teeth. They need grit to digest the food, and I feel the smaller the pieces, the better the digestion. So I chop them all up, and we'll add that to the bowl. Super easy. They also love tomatoes. So I like to keep diced tomatoes on hand at all times. And we're gonna add some of that. Heck, we're gonna give them all the tomatoes. And I'll dice up some more because I have more aromas to use. So that's done. Now, I also like to give them greens. And I'm gonna turn this, so hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. This is an egg basket that I got from Tractor Supply. I believe they're $4.99, it's $5. And then I got a little hook from Lowe's, so I can hang the basket. And what I do is I will clip this on the side of the run so it's elevated off the ground, kind of chicken height. And this is going to get filled with greens. Sometimes it's collard, sometimes it's kale. Today we're gonna do organic spring mix. Gives the chicken something to do, believe it or not. Chickens can actually get bored real easy. So, we're gonna put that in there. And there actually isn't a lot of that, so I'm gonna grab something else. Let me see. I'm gonna add a little bit of the greens trio that I have for them as well. Just so it gives them a little bit more. So now they have this amazing basket of greens that I will hang up when I put them in their run, and they can pull the greens out like they do every morning. They actually love their greens. So this is big for them. Next, now here's something interesting. I bought eye bolts. This is a smaller one. I have a giant one that I use for cantaloupes and melons, but this is a smaller one which is perfect for fruit of different sizes and different veggies as well. Grabbed another clip so I can hang this as well on the side. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to hang this corn from it, and they love to peck through and eat this corn. It gives them something to do. Like I said, you have to keep your chickens from getting bored. So I'm going to show you how to hang this. Now, you're going to want to be careful, obviously. I'm going to use my drill. Now, this is not an outdoor drill. I make cakes professionally, so this is a food drill. And I do use this to do different things with cakes that I have to assemble. If it's a 3D cake, I might have to put some things together. So this is my food drill. And I'm going to protect my hand because corn gets real slippery when you're doing this. I'm actually going to grab a piece of paper towel, and I'm going to use that as well to help hold the corn. Now, to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to snap it into 2 pieces. Let's put my protective glove on here. I'm going to grab my piece of corn. I have my biggest drill bit, which I will drill right through the center of this corn. Easy peasy. There's that. One more to do. That was tough. I take all the little bits and keep them in their dish. So there's a second one. Now basically, all you have to do is thread this through it, and I suggest you do it over their dish because it will push stuff out. And then use a washer, which I can't find right now because the chickens actually took this off yesterday. But I would put a washer and then a nut, and that will hold all different things in place. And it gives the chickens something to work at, something to do so they don't get bored. Now, I gave this to them a couple days ago, and they'll take it from corn all the way down to nothing. It's literally just the cob. There isn't a piece left on this. The chickens love it. It is the absolute best. So this is just something fun for them that they really enjoy, and I enjoy giving it to them because happy chickens produce delicious eggs. So we have that. And now I heard my timer, so I'm going to take the vegetables out, which were just frozen vegetables, and I'm going to add this to the pan as well so that they can also cool down. So now you can see it's starting to look really good for them. And they get this every day. This is not a cheap diet, not by any stretch. I could just feed them their pellets and they would be fine. But why should I? It's cold out. I want them to have a warm meal. They produce eggs still. They haven't stopped. I have 6 chickens. I get 6 eggs a day. My chickens didn't molt. I think they lost 4 feathers, which is great because I've seen some really bald chickens, and molting is actually very painful for your chickens. So it's not something that you really want them to go through. So anything that I can do to help them, I'm gonna do. Now, chickens usually stop laying in the winter. It's just part of who they are. You can extend that by creating artificial sunlight for them, if you will, which is basically just a light. If you put them in the coop and you give them extra light during the dark, you can force them to keep laying. I am of the standpoint, Mother Nature intends them to have a break. If my chickens want to have a break, they can have that break. I'm not intentionally trying to keep them laying, but this diet is actually keeping them laying. And that's great news for me. Chickens are born with as many yolks as they're gonna produce in their lifetime. That's as many eggs as they have. Once those yolks are gone, that's it. So by them not taking a break and continuing to lay throughout the year, I am cutting down on their laying cycle. It's not going to be as long, it's going to be shorter, but it is what it is. Happy chickens, delicious eggs. You can't go wrong with this. So between that, their corn, their greens, and then as a special treat, which they don't get often, I am going to add a little bit of leftover bread that we have. This happens to be naan, which is a delicious Israeli bread, I believe. Could be wrong, but I believe it's Israeli. It's really good. It's like a pita, but you don't open it. It's just a nice bread. I love these with dipping oils. So I'm gonna take a couple of them out. Again, I don't give them bread every day. I don't think they need it every day. It's not good for them. But I'm gonna just cut this down for them. Again, dicing it into really small pieces. I don't want my chickens to choke. I don't want anything stuck in their crop. I want to keep them happy and healthy. And if I can do that, I'll help any way that I can. As it is, I have one of my chickens I'm gonna have to bring in the house and put her in a soak because she's got something going on with her foot. And I'm not sure if it's bumblefoot or not, which is actually very common for chickens. It's like a callus that comes on the bottom of their foot, and it gets really hard. It gets like a black corn nugget, it looks like, in there, and you have to remove that. And sometimes it can get really gross because chicken pus is not like human pus. Chicken pus is hard, like a corn kernel, and you have to squeeze that out. I just noticed with Kate, hers is on the top, and it's getting really fat. And I'm starting to see like a hole coming in the top. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bumblefoot. I don't know if it's a cyst. I feel it. I don't feel anything hard in there. But again, I can't leave Kate Middleton like that. That would be really irresponsible. She's my prettiest chicken. I love her to death. So Kate's gonna come into the house after breakfast, and she's gonna go in the chicken soaker for an Epsom soak on her feet. And then Mommy's gonna see what I can do to help her. So it's really hard to find a chicken vet, believe it or not. Not all vets work on chickens. So you have to be pretty knowledgeable with your birds and take care of them, and not let them suffer. They're not just egg producers, they're my pets. I love them. I want them to be happy and healthy. And I am a firm believer in, if you cannot afford to take care of your animals the way you would take care of a child, don't get one. Dogs, cats, if they need medical attention, even chickens, you need to be able to take care of them. They depend on you. So we're gonna see what's up with Kate today. But for now, we're gonna get their breakfast going, get out to them, let the girls out. Again, it's a very chilly morning here, but I guarantee you I'll have 6 eggs waiting for me when I get there. We'll do a little coop clean out today. I do that every day, but we'll clean the coop this morning. And then today's big project at the Fat Rooster is my husband needs to climb to the top of the pallets, and at the bare minimum, I need 6 pallets taken down for me so I can start to frame in my compost pile that I'm making. I want to get that done before the snow starts and get the chicken wire up and get the top on it, so my compost can keep going through the winter. I've been adding diligently to this. It's going to take about a year, and I'm hoping to have some good compost next year for the container garden. So anyways, this is what we feed the chickens. Who wouldn't want to eat that if you were a bird? They also like yogurt, but I learned a lesson. If you put yogurt in here, your chickens are gonna dance right through it, and they're gonna scratch at it and flip it all around, and then it's all over their feet, and their feet can get so gross. Chickens' feet are dirty. So I don't put yogurt in here anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to go to Tractor Supply today, and I'm gonna buy one of those little feed dishes that you can stick on the side of a cage, like it hooks right on so it's not on the ground. And I'm gonna use that to put their yogurt in, because they stand in this. They do whatever they want. They're chickens, you know, they're chickens. They make a mess. So this is what the girls eat. This is why my eggs are so big and delicious. And I hope I was able to answer some of the questions as to how to make a chicken happy with their breakfast. Because this is it. Now it's time to go wake the girls up and see what we can do. Happy Saturday.